this working? It's not even okay. All right, that's fine. Let's resync. You know what they say? Better to do something. Hello? This way. Hello? Thank you. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? Are we better? Are we good? Okay. I think we're okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. So we're going for something new today instead of continuing to work on that other piece. Could that other piece have benefited? Sure. But it didn't. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's all working. I need to find something to draw. I had some ideas about maybe something more exercisey. I do kind of just want to draw either like a cat or like a person. And I'm not really sure which we're gonna go for. But I went through and I liked a whole bunch of fucking like decent, well, good compared. You know what? Why am I saying like they're all good art, as far as I can tell. I don't know. Maybe they're AI. I don't really know. Um, but they're all good, and I liked them so that I'd have them to be able to come through on a list. I was very confused at like the the beginning because I was like, where the fuck are all my likes? Because Twitter apparently decided to change that and put it in your history, um, for some dumbass reason. Anyway, this person has 30 sec. What is 30 sec? Are they saying they did this drawing or this sketch in 30 seconds? This is like 15 hands. Actually, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, 17 hands. Okay. That's quite impressive. I'm also thinking we might just sketch this real quick. Try and do a couple of hands. I need a hand. I don't know. I feel like our last hands, like they got the point across, but they weren't particularly good. So let's maybe draw a couple of hands, see if we can't do something about it. It's just gonna be like simple, hopefully, shapes. So we'll just copy them. I feel like this will help with like some shapeage, right? First off, it'll help me draw hands, but it'll help with like some consistency, hopefully. Theirs is not very like well defined, if that makes sense. Like it's very sketchy, which maybe is how they pulled this off in 30 seconds. For me, this is probably going to take the rest of the fucking day. I think what I'm going to do is try my best at like eyeballing it once, and then if I don't like it, I'll just redraw that one, if that makes sense. God damn it, I hate saying that phrase. Jesus Christ, this fucking hand is messed up, bro. The hell's bro doing with his finger here? Alright. We have a decent general shape there, but like not really. You know what I mean? Ooh, the wrist. The wrist is kind of a problem spot for me. I think this might be kind of... This might be better than I thought it was going to be to learn off of. Alright. So that's my quick sketch. A far cry from bros. So let's actually try and like do it. I'm gonna move this over. I don't know why, it just kind of feels too far to the left to me. All right, so let's, you know, something I wanted to try. I'm probably gonna regret this, is this. This seems to very consistently be the same, like, thickness and always the same size. Okay. We're gonna try it a little differently. I think we might do a third try. This is not really feeling like it's gonna come out either. I feel like my problem is that I like either overestimate or underestimate a line, and so it ends up too big or too small in a particular zone. It's that scaling problem. It's the proportion problem. Fuck. I hope that muted. Otherwise, you know. Okay, what if we do it like right here roughly? Oh fuck, that's right. We're on background. Oh man, I forgot. I'm so used to just having stuff down already. I'm an idiot. That's fine. You know what? We don't need to hold on to that. Let's just go back. Okay. What if I'm starting in the wrong spot? Maybe I should start like central at the thumb so that I can. Hello? Hello? What? What? Why didn't it go away the first time? What is happening? I don't know. This doesn't feel right to me. It's weird. I just don't feel like I can do this right now. Something feels super off about it. What if I start down here? And we just kind of get a little more lenient with it. Finger's too fat compared to like the rest of the scaling here. And that's too skinny. Right? Feel like this is too short of a finger. What I might do is we're gonna draw based on that, and then I might draw my hand. We'll see how that goes. This feels too big. Um, hold on. Okay. I don't know, bro. I don't like this at all. I feel like we have a general shape down, but it just doesn't feel right. Hold on, what the fuck did my phone just go off for? Nothing. Okay, there's literally no notification there. That's not ideal for me. It's weird. I don't want this to feel too thick, but I almost said too thick. But it just doesn't feel right when it's too thin. I know this is probably supposed to be like casting your jutsu fingers, but all I can think of is you're about to finger blast someone. So I this might be one of the most lewd things I've drawn at this point. long have I been muted? Alright, I was talking about nail health and how Jesus Christ, dude. How did I get muted and stay muted? I don't even remember not unmuting. I'm fucking losing it, dude. I know I muted to drink water. So it's been like 10 minutes, right? 5 minutes at least. This is tough. It's very strange. I feel like this feels more correct, but it just doesn't look right. This somehow looks better but worse at the same time. Okay. Um Jesus, dude. I think a big part of my problem here is both the perspective and the scale. So if I God damn it. Alright, we'll zoom out. Holy shit, that's how big I've been drawing these? I thought I was drawing them so much smaller. Shrink this one too. Okay. Just doesn't look right to me. How did I... When did I tilt it? I don't feel like I tilted it. But it feels tilted, doesn't it? Maybe my hand's just too fat. I don't fucking know. Why does this just, like, not fucking work? Now we're getting that thing where it just doesn't feel like a finger anymore. This sucks. Okay, that feels a little better for these, but this still looks super off to me. Over here finger blasting, you know? I think part of the problem is this feels so fucking small. So I'm like scared to draw too big. Like that's a little too big here. A little too wide. Still feels super weird. But I think it's our best yet. I think we need this to be taller somehow. Somehow. I don't like it at all. I think it's bad, but that's just how I draw. I'm just not good. I do think it looks somehow better than the first one we drew. I guess that's maybe because instead of basing it off of someone else's sketch, it's based off of my real hand. Because first off, who the fuck holds their hand like this to draw it? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is this psychopath doing? Like, what is he doing? The hell's bro doing? Anyway, it's better than what I did, but Jesus Christ. Who's acting like this? We're trying. Alright, I'm gonna try the next one. I don't know how I would turn my hand into that for this. So we're really only gonna have bros reference. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this. Like, what is this? What is he doing with his hands? He's like about to play with a fucking. He's gonna finger the one of those old ball mouse things where it's like the rotating ball. That's what he's gonna do. Like, who the fuck does that? Who does that with their hand? He's puppeteering. That's what it is. What if I just kind of send it? We can always draw it again. What a fucking weird ass hand shape. I assume it's because it's easier to draw, because I always see this in anime where, like, for some reason they're just like, ready for some finger action. Like, everything. It's always that. Sometimes it's that. But it's like almost always they're fucking hitting them with live long and prosper, you know what I mean? I just assume it's because it's easier to do. It's like one less line and a little less proportion. Bro needs to get that fucking thumb checked out, dude. That thing is lumpy. Oh my god. This is what happens when you see someone else's exercise and you're like, "You know what? I'm garbage. Let's see if I can learn from that." It seems like a good idea because, that's clearly how better people than you draw. And then you use something that they probably didn't even take that seriously as something to learn from. Is this a long ass fingernail? Is that what this is? Is this one of those nasty ass fucking like scoops? Like a fucking Coke scoop nail? Is that what I'm drawing here? I don't like it. Long nails in general are fucking like those ones that are like hanging off, hanging out. They're not it, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Kind of looks like a fucking creature. I kind of want to just give up on this and start drawing a creature. Kind of looks like a rotisserie chicken, actually. I'm going to change it because what the fuck was bro doing? I don't like it. Like, all right, hold on. This is the original. Well, maybe not quite that tight at the end, but it's very just like a bulb. All right, I swear to God, if my phone doesn't have a notification this time. Oh shit, it actually does. Oh, it's trying to sell me shit. Fuck you. All right. So I think this is too wide. So we're just gonna cut bro's hand in half. If only I knew what I was doing. That'd be great. You know? This is the kind of shit you find in a horror game, man. Man, I thought my knuckles were fucked up. Look at this guy. Look at this poor fucker. Maybe chop it off right there. Sorry about your fingy, bro. Looks like a fucking chicken foot. Alright. So let's hit him with that. That didn't work. Hit him with that. Hit him with that. And then hit him with that. I don't fucking know. Yeah, that don't look healthy. I'm not crazy, right? This one is like 1-to-1. I'm not kidding. It's like almost exactly what they drew. Look, my fingers are all type of fucked up. My nails are fucked up. I've talked about this. I got psoriasis that affects the nails. I've also recently, like 2 months ago at this point actually, but slammed one of my fingernails into a window. Don't ask me how it was a vertical closing window. Don't ask me how I managed that. My fingernails are fucked up all the time. This this looks like a fucking Frito. This is like 1-to-1 what they drew. I'm not fucking with you. I copied that exactly. That shit look like a Frito. I don't like it. I do not like it. If you grow your fingers out or your fingernails out like that, get help. That's not right. It's not that is that's unnatural. It's not right. I'm telling you, you need get you need an exorcist. Just do it. I really just don't like how this looks. Kind of looks like an elephant trunk, doesn't it? Wait, is this? Oh, I think I know what they were going for. They just didn't draw this. Okay. Christ. I thought I thought it was like a nub. I thought it was a nub this whole time. They just didn't draw like the extension of the finger. I don't know how to draw it because neither did they. I can't learn. Well, I probably can't learn anything from this anyway because I'm shit, but I at least need an example. That's why it looks so stubby. I think it's supposed to be their finger. Oh fuck. Hold on. Let's do it with this hand. So they're ready to start fingering someone, and then for some reason they're like doing a kickflip on a tech deck, but they're like cheating. They're using this finger, so it's like this. I think that's how their hand is. This whole time I thought it was like this, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? But I think this finger is supposed to be like that or something. So they're gonna like, like I said, instead of having the actual skill to flip their tech deck, they're gonna kick it with their other finger. You're not supposed. That's against. You would not make it in the tech deck X games. That'd be like using your third leg to do a kickflip in actual X games. It's actually that I would like to see that, but maybe be like using your hand and calling it a kickflip. It can be something else, but it's not a kickflip. I think what threw me is the fucking Frito finger. And so like the rest of it just kind of fell into place mentally for me to not make any sense. God, I fucking hate these fingers, dude. This is grossing me the fuck out. I gotta change this. Let's get rid of Frito fingers here. I honestly I don't even know what this is. It's like an ET finger, but it's definitely better. I don't know. I just can't look at Frito fingers anymore. I think this is just too long. What am I doing? Jesus Christ, that looks fucked. It's a little better. It's not. This would be fine on like a drawing where the hand isn't the focus and it's kind of just like there. But you know what I mean? Obviously, I'd be able to do it better if I was, if I just focused on it. I mean, I guess technically I'm doing that now. But like if I did this and then came back through and did like a line art of it, it would probably be better. But we're not taking it that seriously because yeah, I'm not that good, so it won't really matter. I guess that's a bit of a lesson in perspective, right? Because this whole time, like I said, I thought it was Frito fingernail, and then this was like a weird amorphous blob finger. But the reality was, I think they just had not great proportions for their fingers. What is it? Is it? It's not shonen hands, is it? It's the what's the other one? It's the one. It's the one where it's always they call it a reverse harem or whatever, right? Where it's like the girl main character has like 40 dudes after her, and they're all like cringe Discord mods who are like, "Milady, I'd save you." I think that's what is that called? I'm looking it up because I gotta know. What if I just do opposite of shonen? Shoujo? That's the one. That's the one. Wait, what? Oh, okay. All right. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about, where it's just like they've got like these short ass torsos, or it's either a short torso and extremely long legs and arms, and then like a really big head, or like the torso is also super long and they're like uh Jack Skellington. They're all just Jack Skellington, right? They're like lanky motherfuckers. I think that's what happened here. So it's like their fingers have like one extra joint to make them longer. Hold on, let me compare. Yeah, yeah, this thing has one extra joint. I think that wasn't a Frito. I think that was supposed to be this part, but they had a joint here, and then they have like an extra joint here, but it's like it's not this. It's like this again. So it's like this is here, and then there was like one more. I don't know. It's very weird. Hold on, it'd probably be easier to just show it here. So it had this, right? So that should be that. And then this right here should be this, right? So that's this. And then this to there is that. And then it had this to here. And then we had more here, right? Before we got rid of what was the Frito thing. So it made it look like a Frito fingernail, right? Because they had two of this. And I copied that. Unless it is a fingernail. I'm assuming they just made an anatomical error though, because like the rest of them don't have fingernails drawn on at all. Do they have more Frito fingernails? They do have quite a few extra thumb joints. Is this? No way. This. I mean, this is probably a pretty common thing because I make tons of mistakes like that. Oh look, they're first off, thank you, Nana, whoever this person is, for drawing this because well, I don't know if I'd call it stealing. I'm significantly doing it worse, but like their pin tweet is I think a shoujo is literally what I was just talking about. So that explains a lot. Um, Thank you for your sacrifice that you don't know you're making. Um, I would guess this is not like AI or some sort of fake thing. It's literally just they drew a finger with too many joints. So it looked like a long ass fingernail. That's it. That's all it comes down to. And I don't really know how to draw fingernails. I don't know how to draw at all. But it looks super weird because it's like here was an extra joint. Like I said, it came all the way out here. So like this part should be here, but instead it was here. But then this part was here and here, and then right this is here. So it's like, well, you had two of this. That's fine, right? It's we see it now. We see it now. Did they do the same actually with the pinky? Hold up. I think they did the same thing. No, it's too hard to tell. But then this finger is weird as hell, and I don't know how to draw it. And these are obviously weird as hell because I suck. Uh-oh. Let's try and fix them. Um, they look super nubby. I don't like it. Um, but this looks weird as hell because theirs looks weird as hell. And I think it's because it's like at an angle where they didn't put the joints in, and they're doing like, what are they doing? Like this. But like this finger's like scrunched up, but they didn't put the joints in, so it just kind of looks like it's one long appendage. So I think it needs like maybe there and like there to help a little bit. Still looks like ass because I can't draw. I mean, they named this 30 sec, so we're gonna cut them a lot of slack because we're gonna assume that they did it in 30 seconds. They did also put 2027 on here. Looking at it, it says 2027 8/14. It's the 15th, so they did it yesterday, but it's the wrong year. Is this motherfucker from the future? Should I be concerned? Should I ask them for next week's lottery number? I really need the money. Alright. Okay. Alright, so this is. What the fuck is this guy doing? So, pinky is like. Maybe it'd be easier with this hand? What the fuck? What is this? What? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a finger. Um. So thumb, finger. All right. Okay. This is why you vet your sources before you try to do them. It's better than anything I could do. Absolutely. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Am I being an asshole and it's just like this is actually what this person's hand looks like and like they drew their own hand and it's just like without a better way to say this a little deformed because my finger does not do that. Am I too old? Is it the psoriatic arthritis kicking in? I've had this since my early 20s. So actually, I think I had it before that. It's just around when I got diagnosed with it. Because it's just kind of something. Generally, if you have psoriasis, well, 100% you are born with psoriasis. It's a genetic immune deficiency thing. But generally, you develop psoriatic arthritis no matter what. Like it's just a matter of time. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's late. There are obviously exceptions. First off, if you die before you get it, you will never get it. Then you also have just some people are lucky. They live a long time and they never get it. But for the most part, you're going to probably end up with it if you have it. I just don't think even like I'm still pretty. I think I can no. I can touch my wrist with that. I'm still pretty like well jointed for the most part. I couldn't do it with this hand, but like I definitely cannot move my pinky so that it's like this. in the drawing, the pinky is like poking in under these fingers. I cannot do that. Um, wait, is that? No, it can't. There's no way that that's this. That's even fucking harder. All right, I. So what I was thinking is it's like a trigger thing, and they just kind of fucked up this finger, and they're doing this. This is what I was thinking they're doing. So they're like, finger guns, which is funny because this is how a finger gun should be, right? Like, oh, you're doing that. But I feel like most people are like finger gun, pew pew pew. But it's like, what are you doing? But it is possible that they're doing this. So that's the only way. It would be this hand, I guess. That's the only way this finger could do that in my hand experience. And then like that, but I can't. So then this finger has to be facing like this, which there's no way I can get my pinky to do that either. It's basically the same thing except extended. And then this finger has to be like doing this, but I can do it a little bit, but not that far back. And it basically forces this finger to do it too. Um, I don't know. I don't know what this hand shape is. I'm going to go with my first instinct that it's this, and we're just going to draw the finger the way a finger should be drawn, which is actually this, interestingly enough. This was supposed to be this finger. Yeah, my finger does not bend inward like that or outward like that. So I'm drawing what I know. We're going to do our best. It's not going to be good, but at least it'll fucking make some level of sense. I feel like this is fun. I also feel a little rude because it's like they like I said, they named it 30 seconds. I assume they did this in 30 seconds. Extremely impressive. Um, it's even with uh seemingly having errors, it's still looking better than what I can pull off here. So, I feel kind of rude in that there's a lot of effectively criticism going on here because this just is obviously not at all what a fucking finger looks like. But right? I'm not trying to be. It's just that genuinely this doesn't make sense to me. I make mistakes all the time. This actually is a fingernail drawn in there. I'm copying that. That's cool. It's interesting. It's the only time they've drawn a fingernail, I think. Unless I was right with my initial impression before, and that was a fingernail, in which case, yuck. Jesus Christ. His knuckles are fucked, bro. Dude, this hand is so goddamn chopped. This whole situation is chopped. I'm chopped, you're chopped, my liver's chopped. Fuck, what finger is what? This doesn't make any sense, man. What am I doing? I'm not drawing the finger like that. This is way too hard because this doesn't make any sense. And it's really hard to draw. I don't know, man. What am I doing? Hold on, do they have another one? No. Fuck. Wait, this one. This one's kind of close. Nope, wrong one. We're trying to use this. Dude, this did not working. There's no good. I just don't feel like this is right. I don't know, maybe I can see why they fucked up that finger so bad, but I don't know. I don't know how to do this. Alright. Hold on. Let's just chop that off. And get rid of this. This finger should realistically be like here. Which feels weird as hell. But this is where it should be. Okay. So that's if that's like that. Realistically, these need to curve in a lot more than they are. So there's tip, there's that. Here's this. Okay. I think this might be one too many joint feeling. Just doesn't feel right. Like, no matter what I do here, this is not gonna feel right. I think the proportions are too off because I was trying to stick with like well, also I'm bad at proportions, but I was like trying to stick with it in the midst of realizing it's just not really an option. Okay. Okay. Feel like their thumb is just way too fucking long and doesn't make a lick of sense here. Okay. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay. It's a bit better. I feel like this is a little too rounded here. Maybe that helps a little, but not a whole lot. Maybe there. Very not ideal. I'll give it that. All right. I guess I forgot to unmute. Who knows how long that's been like that? But I had concerns they might not have hands. Like maybe this was like they're drawing with their mouth and they don't have a hand reference. Because plenty of people draw better than me with any appendage ever, or without even trying to draw. Like nothing on a piece of paper looks better than something I can pull out. Anyway, I went to their profile again to double check. I think they're actually a professional manga artist of the shoujo variety, as predicted. And I don't like. I want to be clear. I don't think this is like bad or anything, but like these hand positions are like not human. Like it is genuinely not comfortable to do this. So I don't know who's doing this. You know what I mean? Like what are you doing that happens in your life? I don't know. Let's just draw. Let's see what we can do. Good for them. But I am confused as fuck about what this person's hands look like and do. Look, obviously I can't draw hands either. Like that's why we're here. That's why I thought maybe this is what happens when you're on Twitter and you just like things because you're like, okay, that might be fun to try and draw because we're learning and I like it, and we're trying to develop some sort of style and skill set here. So it's like, okay, we like that. We like that. Oh, here's somebody's hand exercise. All right. So this might be kind of good to try and learn from. This looks awful, by the way. This looks like a gummy worm. Um, but you know what I mean? Like, there's all right. Let's just first off, let's get rid of this shit. This. What am I doing? Let's just do this. Let's do this. Get it out. Go 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 go. Okay. But it's just kind of like what you find things and you're like, this is nice enough, and you just kind of keep scrolling. So it's like maybe it could be AI, maybe it's not as good as it was at first glance, maybe it's not anatomically accurate. I think we had one a couple months ago where it was like a woman. I was like, oh, this looks like it could be fun. It's like body shapes. And she just wouldn't actually, in order to face the direction she is facing and her body is facing, she couldn't have possibly had a spine. And for me, I just found that way too difficult to try and draw. But it's like, it didn't look bad or anything until you thought about it. And then you're like, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. And for me, that breaks like part of the illusion of the art, where I just don't feel like I can draw it because how would it work? It doesn't. It doesn't. It just doesn't. I was gonna say it doesn't make sense, but it just doesn't. So for me, I'm just not a fan of doing it, and that's kind of funny because I do like drawing magic. Like I've been trying to learn how to draw like some spells and stuff, and that's obviously not real. But that's like I think that's different because that's not real, whereas a hand is real. So it's like if I'm gonna draw the hand might as well be as good as I can possibly make it, which is not very at the current skill level I have. But you know where I'm going with this. If we're gonna try, we might as well put our best foot forward. My feet are actually pretty much the same. I mean, I think my legs, I think maybe my right leg is longer or something. I think my right foot is bigger, but I mean that doesn't make it better, does it? Does anyone know, is bigger better? Or is that breakfast at Norm's or whatever the fuck that, I think that, Jesus Christ. What a good ad. I haven't watched TV in fucking probably 15 years. And I got a fucking TV ad stuck in my head that I can remember that. It's actually sort of not true. When I have like dinner with my parents, they are always watching TV. I just don't really pay attention to it, but they're always watching westerns, TLC, like 90 Day Fiance garbage, or I swear to God, it's a like a 2 hour long commercial. I'm not fucking kidding. It's just like straight up like commercials. There's never a show. It's just commercials, and they're a combination of like AI, drug commercials, and also more AI drug commercials. You know what I mean? Like there's no real, there's no show. Like I don't understand. There's no show. I think we got shorted a finger at some point here. I don't understand how they like watch that shit. This dude's fingers are fucked. It feels so rude because like I'm trying. They didn't ask for me to work on this, and I'm like trying to learn from them, and I feel like I'm kind of insulting them. At the same time, it's like, well, I know my stuff has so many problems, so it's like I would expect it, but again, they didn't ask for this. But also, it doesn't really make sense. So it's like, what am I, what am I doing here? So weird. I've noticed that sometimes they do like finger shape, and sometimes it's like amorphous blob, and there seems to be no rhyme or reason. You know what? We're getting kind of loosey goosey with it. Let's try and clean it up. Maybe that'll help. We're doing a little too much of the look up and try and solve the problem strat. Let's just solve the problem. If it looks bad, it looks bad. It's gonna look bad either way. Still not sure why this finger's so fucking straight. Like, can we gay this thing up or something? That's the opposite of straightening, right? I don't know. I mean, English is my first language, but I don't speak it very well. It's also my only language. I'm just really fucking dumb. Um, bro, this finger. What the fuck? Why is this fucking finger so long? What do I do? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even get. This is about to be a quadruple amputee. Wait. All right, we're looking up. We're looking it up. Would it be? What are they in a like? What's the terminology if you have your fingers amputated? Like, is there a threshold for like what medical science considers an amputee? Because I feel like if you have a finger amputated, you have a finger amputated. That makes you an amputee. But like, I feel like a lot of people would really only use that to refer to someone who has like an entire limb and not an appendage. But like, I don't know that this is even worth looking up. Okay. Wait, well, wait. This doesn't answer fucking anything, because this is AI. Get the fuck out of here. I just want to know the definition. Here we go. Merriam-Webster, you used to be trustworthy. One that has had a limit amputated. All right, bro. To remove. All right, bro. God damn it. All right. Okay, let's look up limb. That is AI. I don't want AI. Merriam-Webster. One of the projecting paired appendages, such as wings, of an animal body, used especially for movement and grasping, but sometimes modified into sensory or sexual organs. Okay. A leg or arm of a human being. Okay. Technically, this is part of an arm, but not the whole thing, right? So I guess that wouldn't make you an amputee if you had most of your fingers. I don't know. Why am I looking this up? I'm anything to not draw this. Anything. Um I feel like I still don't have the question answered, to be honest with you, but I feel like I'm wasting time trying to figure it out. And in the grand scheme of things, I'm sorry to people who have lost a limb. Um, I'm thankful I have all of mine, I think. Uh, and it feels weirdly insensitive. I feel like it shouldn't, though. You know what I mean? Like, why am I saying you know what I mean now? Bro, I'm about to. Alright. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm freaking out. Wait, hold on. With this dot here and this dot here, if I do this, it's a spider. It's a fucking spider. Right? I kind of kept thinking of that about this thing too. This thing looks like a spider. Alright. I'm fucking cooked, by the way. Help. Please. Somebody stop me. Stop me from talking about people. I shouldn't be allowed to have a microphone. Maybe we should just do these mute from now on. I think the problem here is this makes no fucking sense. And so I'm having a really hard time drawing it because it's so fucking stupid. No offense to people whose fingers look like this, but your shit's fucked up. And I'm sorry. I'm like, that's not my fault. You can't blame me for this. Unless I drew you, in which case my my mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Alright. I mean, it's pretty close to what they have. I just don't think it's somehow this is both better and worse. It's worse because it's not it's not precisely what they have. They have like a weird bend in it that kind of goes like that, and then like it kind of comes out like that. But that just fucking makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like your finger don't do that, bro. Like what is this? This person's never touched a hand before. I'm losing it. I'm so losing it. You know, if I all right, fuck it. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're gonna turn it into I'm using a mouse hand. Or you know what? Giving her the three finger salute or whatever, or the one finger tickle. Um, we're gonna make this like actually make a little bit of sense. I just cannot fucking stand that it looks the way it does. Okay, so they don't have anything here, but I think we should have something like that. So this is a little high, but the way I'm seeing it is it's mouse hand, right? Like you're kind of holding the mouse like that. So it's kind of like that, and maybe, you know what I mean? Like that sort of works. It's not great because we didn't start out trying to do it like that. It's kind of more like this, or like, I don't know. Maybe my pinky's just not weird enough. It's more like this. Click, click, click. Oh, here's some nice porn. Click, 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 click. Oh shit, virus. Whatever. I'm still gonna jerk it. Uh, this looks like a real hand now. To me, maybe I'm fucking out of my mind. I hate it here. Also, I didn't know this pen could do that. What? How? How did I do it? How? What? What? What is that? My fucking digital pen is leaking, bro. It's fucking bleeding. That's crazy. And I would know. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Rubber room. Rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Locked me in a room. Rubber room. Rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. All right. Water, Sandy. I needed water. Okay. Crazy that the damn it. It is crazy that the rat is my fucking best drawing on this. I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna lose it. All right, hold on. So this one here is gonna be the next one. They are doing this. So my Jesus Christ, I don't like it. All right, my fingers want to do this. If I'm doing this, theirs is drawn so that the pinky is like up and like this for some reason. We're gonna just do this if we can. Their next one, their hand is drawn like this. It's like that actually. For some reason, straight back, but like forward and back, and then like that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. This person doesn't have hands. This is a fucking lizard person trying to draw human hands. I mean, it's really good. At first glance, it works, right? Like, I like the lines. That's not how a fucking human hand works. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry I exposed your secret. You're a lizard person. You draw better lines than me. I don't do lizard people. Why did I just grab my phone to look up if lizard people have hands? How many? Hold on. Obviously, that's. No, you know what? Let me just call up Zuckerberg real quick. He'll have an answer for me. But I do want to see how many toes does a lizard have? Motherfuck. 7,000 species of life 40 years? Komodo dragon lived for 40 fucking years? I don't even want to live for 40 years. What the fuck? All right, how many fingies does fuck fingies does a lizard have? Thank you, phone. Very cool. Most lizards have 5 digits. That's crazy. So I guess a lizard person, if a lizard person were to person lizardly, they would in fact just have human hands. So they can't be a lizard person. They have to be something else. A bird person, maybe? Do birds, like birds of prey, I think have like at least four parts of their talon, right? Oh, but they would have wings instead of hands. So that the talon would be a foot translation. So then this person must be a bird person, right? Wait, wait, this says they have 3 fingers. No, wait, this is AI. Jesus Christ. God, I hate AI. Hmm, I can't tell. I'm not reading all this. I am reading all that. I'm sorry. We're gonna go with bird person is what this must be. This person must be a bird person. They do some sort of bird shit. Maybe they stick the pen in their cloaca. I don't fucking know. But it ain't right. Let me tell you. When the fuck did this get so long? What the hell? Jesus Christ. Okay. We're gonna try one more here for today. I really thought I'd get past this whole page. Turns out nothing ever changes. I'm ass, and you are what you eat. You know what they say. Who's they? I don't know. I wish they'd stop talking about me. It's kind of fucking creepy. This kind of looks like candy corn. You guys like candy corn? I used to hate candy corn. That looks like a bugle, actually, now that I'm looking at it. It's like one of the, you guys, hold on. Is that, Jesus Christ, we're doing a lot of stoppage today. That's what those are called, right? Like those little fucking bugles chips. That's them. That's them. Hold on, hold on. go. There we go. I know if you ever had one of those, you put them on your fingies when you were a kid, and you pretended you were a nasty, motherfucker with long ass claws. Let's do Frito real quick in case for some reason someone doesn't know what a fucking Frito is. These are Fritos. I'm holding it funny so that my arm doesn't block the facial tracking camera, which fucks it up anyway. But that's what those other fingernails were looking like. Goddamn nasty shit. This is like a cross between that. Just trim that shit. There we go. We'll do that later. Fuck it. Fuck it, dude. I'll be in the hills fucking dudes. This does not look right. This also doesn't look right. Bro, what am I doing? I think this might just have to straight up go. This one finger is actually kind of good though. Not mine, theirs. All right, hold on. Get it out of here, bro. We're done. Get out of here. Okay, let's start over. Okay. This doesn't feel right to me, but that's fine. Sometimes it won't feel right until you achieve a bigger picture. So they did some sort of weird shenanigans here like that. Okay. And they did that. And they have this. Okay. All right. So now we have that. Okay. I should really set up hotkeys, shouldn't I? This does not look right at all, by the way. Okay. Well, that ain't right. There it is. Okay. Do do do. This is not even remotely alright. This looks all type of fucked up, doesn't it? What if I just erase this and kind of start over? How does that sound? Okay. Okay. Can clean that up maybe? I'm not gonna pretend that this is good, but somehow this feels so much better to me than that. I don't know what it is, but the one we're copying just feels way off. And I feel like a lot of it kind of has. And like I said, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm like good or anything. It's just that it's like that whole thing I was talking about before, where sometimes it's just so anatomically off for me that it actually just like fucks it up, and I just mentally can't even work with it. Like for me, this would pass because if I were drawing this on like the sketch layer, I could then come through and actually kind of clean this up pretty well, I think. Obviously, I want to make stuff better than this. Like, I want this phase to be in the future closer to like my later, you know what I mean? Like, what my current finished work of a hand is, I want to be my sketch phase, and I want my finished to be better than my current thing. Like, you know, I want to like move things down a step basically. Like I want what I'm capable of if I really focus up. I do a sketch and then do like a line art and maybe even like color it all up and like get the shading. I want that to be like my bottom line, and then I want to be able to improve upon that instead of starting with something kind of shitty and then slowly working it into this. And then the next step up is my, you know, my final product, right? That's too low of a bar right now. I want to get better. That's the whole reason we're doing this. But like as I am right now, this is kind of decent, right? Like this almost looks like a hand. If you don't zoom in, if this were like on a background character, you wouldn't even question this, right? Like, okay, if you think about it, this thumb's kind of nubby, right? And we probably need to like maybe do something about it. But other than that, like it's got some pretty basic shape to it. The rat's also really fucking good. That's Jimothy the rat right there. Jim Bob Cooter the third, really. It is crazy that this is all I did today. I feel like I set out to do this whole page, and I got both so distracted and so just destroyed by the fact that I can't draw a fucking line to save my life. That I don't feel like I did anything. It's kind of funny because it's like I'll do something like this, and I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little tiny undetailed like bad sketches in like an hour and 45 minutes. But if I just like sent it on something else, I'd probably have like a line art and maybe even base color down if I just started drawing something. The thing is, I wouldn't have this much focus on like one part. I think there's something about maybe just drawing a whole image and setting out to draw a whole image that's maybe more fun, and so it's easier to kind of like make progress. This is also like I am kind of questioning whether or not I should continue this because these hand poses, while you know, difficult and giving a general idea, quite frankly, are not real hand shapes that a human hand could easily make. So it's kind of throwing me off, and it's also, you know, making it more difficult. I'm basically having to make stuff up to begin with, so I might as well just find something else. But at the same time, I feel like there is something to be learned from it because it's like, well, okay, this is wrong as fuck. I like my hand can't do this. I can't imagine anyone else's hand doing this. So, wouldn't it make sense to then try and take that and then interpret it into something that a hand could do using my own hands? Like there's something to be learned there, right? I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to save this. What do we call this? Um you know what? Let's just call it we'll call it hand job. We're doing a job here, and that's to work on hands. That's what that means, right? A little jobby with the hands. Um, I think we'll probably continue this next weekend just to try and like learn. We're gonna learn ourselves a lesson. Because I noticed when we did that last image that like especially the hand holding the staff just didn't really look like a hand. It just kind of looked like blob. And so I was hoping we could work on something. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm doing. We're just sending it. Maybe the play was to just pick something where the dude had hands or something and to draw all of that and then focus on the hands for a little bit and then move on. Because maybe there's more to learn in a whole image than just focusing. I don't know. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, I'm going to get off for the morning. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you. I appreciate you. Hopefully I can catch you in the next one, whatever the fuck that is. I hear some loud squeaking. I don't know what that is. But hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.